Queen Nai, Queen Nai, Queen Nai, Queen Nai.
Hi, so this video, if you haven't already guessed, is going to be about Queen Nai. That was shit, let's do that again. So I've recently started playing Brawlhalla again and have found myself addicted again. I'll tell myself I'll only play 5 games and then somehow 3 hours later I've played 30 and somehow I have less elo than when I started. It usually always starts out with a losing streak and I'll usually tell myself, okay, I'll get the next game. I'll get the next game, only to lose that game and lose that game and lose that game. And believe me, ending Brawlhalla with a losing streak is not good for your health at all. It's a vicious cycle. Well, as a result of this has led me to watching YouTube videos about everything and anything to do with Brawlhalla, whether it was to learn combos, the esports, and even some of the behind the scenes on the design of specific characters. During this period, I saw Blue Mammoth Games, who are the creators of Brawlhalla, release a short animation which was titled something like Welcome to Brawlhalla, don't quote me on that, and it was amazing. It gave me a very anime-esque feel. Is that even a word? Is anime-esque even if not important? As I do with most YouTube videos, I went to the comments and saw all the hidden references that they put into this video, like Fate being able to read 2 seconds into the future, like Ada trying to bend the spoon with her mind because she believes she's in a simulation, Artemis and Orion's fight whilst Wushang was meditating. Okay, that last one isn't really a reference, but it was dope. You get the point. It was all phenomenal stuff. And this was complete news to me. I never read the character's lore. I just saw it as a wall of irrelevant text whenever I went to the store, Brawlhalla, whatever you want to call it. And since at the time I mained her, I don't anymore because she's just a tiny bit slow, I got to reading Queen Nai's lore, and I thought it would be dope if I could play different games based off of each character's lore. Okay, so quick tangent. Something I've always loved is consuming any form of media. I think it would be cool if there was a game based off of each of these different stuff which I consume, and with also my own twists on the story. I think it's because I watch a fair amount of anime, and most of the anime I watch don't actually have games adapted of them, and some of them would be pretty cool as games, at least that's what I think. So I looked into how to making my own games and blah blah blah, stuff you don't care about. To keep the long story short, I got really interested in game dev. So with the ideas I think of every now and then, I figured it'd be kind of cool if I was able to improve my skills and at the same time make some fan games of the stuff which I consume, kind of killing 2 birds with one stone. With one stone. Thus, I thought I would take a fun stab at trying to make a game based off of Queen Nai's lore. Okay, so as the story goes, Queen Nai is from the Jaguar Kingdom, so she's a jaguar, which is news to me honestly, and a sorcerer. At some point in time, there was a war that lasted very long. We're not talking 50 years long, we're not talking hundreds of years long, we're talking, wait, I just said it, didn't I? We're talking hundreds of years long. The Jaguar Kingdom is not winning this war, and the Jaguar Kingdom now close to extinction, Queen Nai made the ultimate sacrifice. She summoned or cast the 11 surviving gods of the Jaguar Kingdom into herself, went into battle and died, I think, in the Battle of Ianokala to be specific. That's probably not how you pronounce that word, I just made the X silent so it was easier for me. She's then offered a place in Valhalla at some point during this battle, probably on her deathbed I think, I'm not sure, and takes with her her serpent spear and her sacred blades, and also the 9 gods, and the rest is really history. She fights in Valhalla, which nourishes her people and helps them heal, I guess, which is pretty cool, and that's basically Queen Nai's lore. Now if I was to make a game based off of this lore, I'd probably split it up into 3, with 2 of them happening before she actually became queen. The idea is that the series would start when Nai is a stubborn teenager who was born into royalty. She lives quite a reckless life, often avoiding sorcery lessons and her royal duties. At some point in time, the war is at a stalemate. Oh, I said at some point, I meant at this point in time, the war is at a stalemate and nothing is really happening. And the idea is that this trilogy series game thing, whatever you want to call it, would end with her becoming a respectful queen and dying for her kingdom. Now I know that sounds pretty basic, but that's the shortest way to sum it all up. Of course there would be huge events that happen during this. For example, one major plot point and one major part of the story would be the relationship between one of Nai's closest friends from a very young age, and this close friend is actually a legend from Brawlhalla. If you're familiar with Queen Nai's lore and this specific legend's lore, you're familiar with who I'm referencing, but that's as much as I'll say. One last thing which I think would be pretty cool is if there were parts in the story of the game that linked to the different skins she had in the actual Brawlhalla game, kind of like a story behind each skin sort of thing. And that's really the general layout. Realistically, this whole thing will never be made. I'll probably only make a small part of the first game and move on with other projects, but I will try to update it every now and then. But if you don't really hear anything from it in like the next, or within 6 months of the last update, I'll just release the whole story. So to get started, I need to work on all my skills. I can't draw to save my life, my sound design is non-existent, and my coding could use some work. I would have preferred for this to be a 3D, third-person type of game, but 3D modeling is really not my forte. We just don't mix it. Let me know if you have any tips. I'm welcome to them all. So this little holiday that's coming up, I will use it to kind of work on my skills and kind of work on this game. But don't get your hopes up. Like, it's not going to be anything that good. It's just something for me to mess around with. And I will be releasing other content before you see the next update on this. So you probably won't hear back from this project until like mid-January, I hope. Maybe late January. We'll see how we go. Until then, thank you so much for watching. If you have watched up to this far, I really do appreciate it. Stay safe, wash your hands, peace.